Hi everyone, this is Shylaja. I'm the senior Power BI developer. Today I'll be presenting you my Power BI project on US tornado from the year 2000 to 2021. From my childhood, I was always captivated by the news and stories of these tornadoes. I remember flipping through the newspapers and seeing the images of large buildings and towns which are torn apart by these tornadoes. I was wondering about the incredible power of these storms, and the impact they cause always stayed with me. These tornadoes cause damage to property, but more importantly, loss of life, which is irreplaceable. They create an emotional trauma and they inflict economical and environmental harm on the affected areas. But can we stop these tornadoes? Can we prevent them? No. They are natural calamity, right? We cannot have power to do that. But can we use the knowledge, what we have done for analysis, and use it for effective planning of tornadoes for future? Absolutely. This is what I'm aiming in this project. So I have my US tornado data set. I use it for analysis and then I reveal the patterns of the tornadoes, like which month the tornadoes are at peak, in which regions there are more fatality. So then we can use it for effective tornado preparation strategy. Now this is the KPI and sub KPI. Here you can see my main KPIs are tornado count, fatality, injuries, length, and width. And I have my sub KPIs for all these main KPIs, which I have done year over year. Whenever there is a year over year increase in, say, tornado count or fatality or injuries, then it is not good, right? So I have given an alert. I have used the red indicator. Whenever the year over year values are decreasing, then I have used the green indicator. This is my KPI. Now here, this is the data model which I have used. So this data set, US data set, I have derived from a data set which is produced from the NOAA Storm Prediction Center. I have this data set in the form of Excel, which I have imported in the Power BI. Then I have used a US state region table to give the region column. I have used a calendar table. Then I created a fact table, that is the measures which I have used the complex DAX formulas. These measures I have used in my KPIs, key performance indicators. I have my refresh date where it says the recently refreshed the date of my data source. Then I have created a tornado impact table. This mainly I have used it for my waterfall chart, which I have used it in my dashboard. Now, before going to the insights, let me show you my dashboard so that we can have a analysis on that. So this is my dashboard. As you can see, I have a slicer which the user can interact and we can see how my KPI values and other visualization, they change when I move the slicer. I have all my KPIs, main KPIs and sub KPIs in the left hand side, which we already discussed, and the indicators. I have my line and cluster chart here with the KPIs and the year, which it can be drilled down further. I can drill the year to the month and day, which we'll be seeing soon. Now I have my decomposition chart. This is a very interesting visualization. And here you can see this gives the region and state where there are more fatalities. So as you can see, the south region has the maximum fatality and you can see the states in the decreasing order. Then I have my tornado impact table. Here I have shown the changes in my year over year sub KPIs, tornado count, fatality, injuries, all that. Then I have my line and cluster chart for region state. This visualization, I have created a drill through with the decomposition tree. When I click on the Midwest, you can see how it shows me the states which have maximum fatalities. Now, then I have my tornado count by state map. Here the user can see any one of the state, say Texas, and you can see how the fatalities are in Texas, and you can see the KPIs, the count and fatalities, all changes when I click on the Texas region. Now, coming to the positive insights. Here you can see in the year 2012, you can see how my year over year values, they are dropping down. Especially if we see for, say, Mississippi, you can see that my year over year tornado count is nearly 50% drop. My fatality is like zero, and injuries are 90% in 2012 when compared to the previous year, which is 2011. You can see for the same Mississippi state, you can see my year over year values are alarmingly high. So, this is one of the positive insight for the year 2012. So similarly, we have another positive insight for 2016. Here you can see mainly in the south region, you can see how my year over year sub KPI values are dropping down. So this is one of the positive insight. Similarly, we have for the 2018. So these are some of the positive insight. But let's focus on the negative insight too. Now, as you can see, the year 2011 as the peak year over year sub KPIs. This orange line which is there, this says about the year over year fatality. I have color mapped the numbers with the year over year sub KPI values. So if we click on the 2011, you can see that it is like maximum for me. The year over year value is maximum over the decade for this 2011 year. Similarly, what happens is like in the year 2019, if we see here, so you can see how my fatality rate is 320%. And if I increase the magnitude, more the magnitude of the tornadoes, you can see the more the fatality rate, right? So these are some of the negative insights. And moreover, by seeing the graph, you can see that, here, let me come back. So you can see that 2004, 2008, and 2011, you have the highest tornado count. You can see the bars here. 2004, it has the 1816 tornado count. And you have in 2011, you have 1690 tornado counts, all that. But the interesting fact is, if you drill down further, you can see that the tornado count is maximum for quarter two, that is in the month of April, May, June. This is not only for 2011, if you see for other years, say 2008 and 4, which has maximum tornado count, it is highest in the April, May, June. So now we know the high risk months, right? So it is the April, May, June. Then we have the high risk states. As you can see, the south region, it has the high fatalities. So when I click on the south region, you can see the tornado count which is there for the states. So let me drill up. Now, if I select on these states, you can see that, say, I'm selecting on Mississippi, I'm selecting Alabama. You can see how my fatality is increasing, right? So you can see the fatality rate is increasing 577%. So these are some of the high risk states which are there. So now we know the high risk month, we know the high risk states here. Now what we can do? We can now do the effective tornado planning for the future. So let me come back to the PowerPoint presentation. Now we already saw about the positive and negative insight. Now, coming to the effective tornado preparation. Now I know the high risk month and high risk state. Now, what we can do? We can enhance the tornado alert in these states, especially before these months. Like we can have some mobile messaging system, we can have some tornado sirens, we can have some weather radios, news channels to alert the people. Especially, we need to protect the loss of life, right? And we cannot do as an individual. We have to engage with other authorities, FEMA, Emergency Management Service, Weather Service, Meteorological Service. Then we can come up with a effective response plan. Not only that, especially in these high-risk state, South region of US, in the month of April, May, June, what we can do before that, we can create more campaigns and awareness. We can conduct some safety measures, evacuation drills, all that. Why we are doing this? Tornadoes are something which we cannot stop them, but we can aim to enhance the preparation of these tornadoes. We can reduce the severity of these tornadoes and we can reduce the potential loss of life and injuries. Thank you. Hope you like my presentation. Thank you.